Hey there YouTube, this is Mrlubufu here with another episode of PTQ Prize Packs, the series where I take my packs that I top 8 the PTQ with and I should go ahead and open them up and explain in both a limited and sealed environment what is strong and what's not and what sort of picks you should be keeping in mind. So let's go ahead and work our way down. I believe this is week number 5, so we're getting there. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and hop right into the Dragon's Maze pack. So, again, I'm drafting as though value isn't that important, going on what's probably strongest. Anyway, we start out with the First Blade, which, as you guys know, if you've been watching this series or seen me draft, I bring all the really, really powerful cards to the front. So we have a First Blade, which is conveniently already in the front, Maze Behemoth, Hidden Strings, Boros Cluestone, Orzhov Cluestone, Sinister Possession, Maze Glider, Celestia Cluestone, Clear Path. First uncommon, Carnage Gladiator, pretty powerful. Second is Warped Physique. Our third is Debt to the Deathless, and our rare is a Blood Scrivener and a foiled Notion Thief, along with an Orzhov Guildgate. So as much as foiled Notion Thief is cool and everything, and so is Blood Scrivener, our pick is not between those. Our pick is probably between our 3 uncommons and a First Blade. And I lean Orzhov typically. I like going Orzhov a lot. And for the first pick, Debt to the Deathless is just such a total blowout. It's so hard to deal with. It just can finish an opponent from out of nowhere, and it does a lot of work. Physique, Carnage Gladiator, and First Blade are all good cards, but we're not really passing any Orzhov signal, except for, I mean, maybe a Guildgate and an Orzhov Cluestone, but that doesn't really count. We're passing a sort of weird black signal with, you know, 4 out of the next 5 probably picks having some black in them. But we're cutting Orzhov, we're cutting white specifically. So if we focus on cutting the white cards, maybe we get rewarded a little bit later on. Yeah, there's the First Blade in the pack, but that's a completely different strategy than Debt to the Deathless. So I'd probably take Debt to the Deathless, though as a sealed, this is certainly interesting. It allows for all sorts of cool splashes. Orzhov Guildgate will certainly help with that, but certainly a Debt to the Deathless is always a very powerful card to keep in mind. I was actually very surprised it was that uncommon when I first played against it, because it was just like, oh, you beat me with good rare. Oh wait, it's not a rare? What? So we go through into the Gatecrash pack now. So we have a Scab Clan Charger, a Leyline Phantom, Aerial Maneuver, Basilica Screecher is quite good, Primal Visitation, Kingston Pet's probably better, Keymaster Rogue, Horror of the Din, Guild Scorn Ward, Just the Tip. Our first uncommon is Debtor's Pulpit. Second is Killing Glare. Third is Night of Obligation. And our rares are Whispering Madness. Oh, guys. Oh, God. We have the combo in sealed. We have the combo. For those of you that don't know what it is, so Notion Thief is, if an opponent would draw a card except for the first one, they skip the draws. Instead, that player skips their draw and you draw instead. Whispering Madness is, each player discards their hand, then draws equal to the number of cards a player discarded. So let's say you both have 5 cards in hand, right? And you have a Notion Thief in play, and you play Whispering Madness. You both would discard your hands. Then you would draw your 5 cards, and your opponent, who would not be able to draw the 5 cards, the Notion Thief would trigger, and you would draw 5 cards. That would be when you first cast Whispering Madness. Then you could cipher it onto Notion Thief and attack, and then guess what? The whole thing could happen again if they didn't have a blocker. Given, in Limited, it's not as insane as it is in Standard, because you might mill yourself if you hit a second time. Luckily, this is a May ability on the Cipher, so it's you may cast a copy, so you can still attack and not worry about milling yourself. But we have the combo, which would be pretty cool and sealed, I'm not going to lie, to follow it up with that and Warped Physique and just have Debt to the Deathless, Night of Obligation, Killing Glare, Kingspin Pet, Basilica Screecher. Like, this is a pretty saucy Esper setup. By the way, the pick in the Gatecrash pack comes down to either Kingspin Pet or Killing Glare. I'd probably take the Killing Glare just because it's solid removal. But this is like, these 2 packs have already been an excellent setup into a sort of Esper shell for a sealed. Like, I would want to play with the combo just because it would be fun. Like, just like in Modern Masters, if you open Kiki Jiki and Pestermite, you should probably go for the infinite combo. Anyway, on to the Return to Ravnica pack. So, if this was a good sealed edition, it'll add a lot of good Azorius cards. So we have a Dino Charge, an Ethereal Armor, Paralyzing Grasp, an Augur Spree, which is very good, Common Bond, Ogre Jailbreaker, surprisingly good, and probably not as good as Augur Spree, Batterhorn, Rubbleback Rhino, Stellar Songbirds, Sewer Shambler. Our first uncommon is Aqua Steed. Our second is Heroes Reunion. Our third is Bush Stride, and our rare, well, our rare is an Abrupt Decay. So, nothing too insane in the black, white, blue colors. I mean, we do have an Ogre Jailbreaker, which certainly does a lot of work. You'd be surprised how good Jailbreaker is. Of course, Abrupt Decay and Augur Spree, both solid pieces of removal. Yes, I know Abrupt Decay is worth money, but I'm pretending like it's not, just to go through it. But like now it comes down to, well, how do we want to support our much more solid black-white is probably the best. If we have more packs in black-red, like Augur Spree, Carnage Gladiator, and First Blade, we could go black-white-red. Maybe even Blood Scrivener might see play. So we could go like a black-white-red sort of build, with like Sewer Shambler even, over like the black, over like Junk, black-white-green, just because like Abrupt Decay is a solid card, it's quite good. But like now it just comes down to what sort of player you are. Like if you're playing a lot more hardcore, you probably want to go black-white-red, just because Augur Spree, Carnage Gladiator, and First Blade, all individually, are probably better than Notion Thief, Whispering Madness, and Warped Physique individually. If you want to have a little bit more fun, probably you want to play with the combo. I mean, who doesn't like Notion Thiefing? Hey, say goodbye to your hand. I'll just draw cards. So, have fun with that. But it all comes down to you, like how competitive you want it to be. If this was Friday Night Magic, I'd almost certainly play those ones and have a little bit of fun with it. But definitely black-white's a lot more solid with Kingswind Pet, Basilica Screecher, Knight of Obligation, Killing Glare. It's just a matter of how you wanted to follow it up. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and check out the next episode, which will come out next Friday. Thank you all for watching.